Hello and welcome back to my channel. So thank you for everybody joining me today. Today I'm going to go through a couple of videos. I'll talk through those in a minute. But for all those that are new to the channel, thank you very much for subscribing and watching the channel. And if you want to leave any comments down below on any of my videos, I do read all of my comments. And I like to get the feedback back from you guys as well. So if that is you, just join to the channel, or if you haven't and you're watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But today I've got... just ignore everything else in my kitchen. It's just I'm still doing it in here, those that know. But I think I've got 5. So I've got those there, those 3. I can't do this, it's back to front. And then I've got those. So these here are OBTs. So I'm going to do these today. Those ones in that enclosure. So I'm going to do those 3 today. And then I think I've got the Carabiner Rasti there. And then in here is Pterinochilus. I don't think you've seen them for a while. I had them when they were really, really small. So we'll go through those. And then also in those enclosures at the back there, there's 2 Lungardi. So we'll go through those. Fort Hall baboon, love them, absolutely cracking. So hopefully we can see them. And then in those 2 bigger tubs, I've got the Exiensis intermedia, doing really well. So we're going to show you all of those. The reason why I'm not doing it in all one video is because these here, the OBTs, these are the, which ones are they? The Mikumi. So the black starburst ones, absolutely beautiful, but they take a while. So I've had to leave them here for half an hour, let them chill out. Then I've got to take the lids off, let them reset, because I want you to see them. They've done extensive webbing to the point they're always under a carpet. I've got one that's technically out at the minute, one that's molted 2 weeks ago. So I need to see if I can let them rest, so I can get them out so you can see them, because the colours are just amazing. So today we'll do the OBTs, so stick with me for that one, and we'll try and see if we can get you those. And then the next few will be over the next week or 2, so we'll see them there. So without further ado, let's get on and have a look at my OBTs. So here's the first one. So you can see Pterinochilus Murinus DCF Mikumi OBT, and there's a molt. I think that was a week, I think it was 10 days ago. So you can see a leg there, but you can see what I mean. It's just carpeted, even more than the normal OBTs, because I've got another one here, and this one, you can see another leg. This one stays out a little bit more. So I'm going to get these lids off and let them rest, and I'm going to leave both lids off so we can let them set. If they come out, they come out. I'll try and sort them out, but I need them to set so when I can feed them to hopefully get them out so you can see them. But on this side here, I've got an OBT that was given to me as a free gift. And it's not the same as these, so it's the orange or classic form, but they didn't know what it was. And I've seen it a couple of times, and I think it's the Usambara variation, because there's quite a few of them knocking around at the minute. But you can see the difference straight away. Look at this, the coloration. This one is in there, and it is taking the food items, because I keep putting crickets in and they disappear. They're never in there again. But I've not had this from like an orange or red classic form OBT, where it just, that's it. I did that leaf on the original video, and it's just made a den there, and it's just stayed there. And it's not done anything else anywhere. So what I normally do is I put a tiny bit of water down this end and just make sure they've got prey items, and it gets it from there. But we need to have a look. I want to see how big this one is. So I might have to see if I can damage this a little bit so we can have a look. But these 2, I think they will come out. I'm not sure if this one will eat, but this one here should. So hopefully, but normally what I do is they've never taken off me yet, off the tongs. I have to leave it in. 20 minutes later, I'll come back and they've taken the prey items. So they're still not big enough to be your confident OBT as we come to know. So let me just set my camera up and I'll see if we can start with having a look for this one. So if you can see this, really nice simple enclosure, and it's done a hole coming out the other end there. So I know it is in here. I just don't want to destroy this because I did want it to use the leaf, and that's where its other hole is. So I want to just literally see if we can entice it out, but I don't think this one will. Right, let's see if we get any action anywhere. And as you know with OBTs, they're never normally too shy. They'll come flying out at any prey item, but this one, no. I don't really see it with this one. This one just takes in The comfort of dark. Oh yeah, we have actually got some action. I can actually see it for the first time in months. Can you see that leg? Let's see if I can get some, because I know it doesn't like the light. Oh, there we go, there we go. Get a better shot. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's definitely the normal, or with some bars, it's a classic form or something like that. I'm not too sure which one. And if you want to hazard a guess, but obviously you can't really get a good viewing on this. If you want to have a guess to see if you can guess which type. Oh, look at that, there we go. I finally got a shot of it. Haven't seen it in absolutely ages. So there we go, so it's living in its enclosure, and I love these tubs. They're really, really clear, nice and crisp, and look at it, it's just webbing all the way down here. So it has come out and moved down this way, and if I lift that up, you can see that it's done a tunnel, and it's done it over that branch. So what I normally do is put a little tiny bit of moisture down this end, and I don't really do anything else with this OBT, nothing at all, no water dish, nothing. And they just get, as long as you're doing regular feedings every few days, they get enough moisture from their prey item. And then pop the lid on, plenty of air holes as you see all the way around the side, and these are stackable as well, which I love, and then they just clip in like that. Nice sturdy, but then they're clear the whole way round. Right, next OBT, the Mikumi. And as I said, look, I took one off while I was waiting, and I had to wait, I had to destroy the top part of the webbing on the lid, if you can see, but look at it, still perfectly clear, so I can view all the way through. And there we go. So I had these from, I think they were like 0.5 to 1 centimetre, and it's been months ago. They're doing really, really well. Very slow, these ones, didn't want to take a lot of food at first, and they were very uncomfortable taking live prey items at first. I had to kill the crickets, use drumsticks, their legs at first, just to get them used to it and then build them up. So I've not started them on mealworms. I did try, they do not like it. They don't like the way it moves. So they've got just used to crickets at the minute, and you can see the extensive webbing it's done all the way around. It's just an absolute carpet. You could just see that, and if I was to touch up my finger, the whole thing comes up. It is so, so sticky. But let's see if we can feed this one. But there are the colorations. There we go, give you a clear shot. Sorry about my camera skills today. See if I can zoom in. Look at that, absolutely stunning. It's so dark you can't make out certain bits, but that is absolutely beautiful. What a colour. And if I put an adult picture on there, so it's not far off the coloration from an adult picture. It needs to get a little bit darker, but they're well fed. So let me see if I can feed this one. Right, so let's see what happens. Normally they do not take when the light's on. They always wait until I turn the light off, and I've tried coming back in within like 10 minutes and they've already taken it, and then I go back in within 5 minutes another time and they've already taken it. But then when I stay in there, they just don't take it. So I think this one will, because I've not fed it for, I think, 4 days. Let's just see. It knows it's there. This is slightly larger cricket. I've been feeding them on the quite smaller ones because they've been quite nervous around larger prey. Oh, here we go. That's the first. They've always wanted smaller prey to take, and they can tell the size of the prey item, so they're a little bit nervous of going for something larger. But if I can get them onto this, something a bit larger, it means I don't have to feed them as often. Oh, keep it movement. Come on. But if I startle this, that's it. It won't take for a while. So I've got to be patient. Oh, what a take! Did you see those fangs? That's it. You look right at me. No idea if that is a male or a female, but I now know that that is fine. Oh, what a beautiful picture. Beautiful angle. Look how aggressive that looks. It looks so much better than the normal OBTs, but I do love a standard OBT. But come on, you've got to have one of these in the collection. I'd say, actually, they're quite easy to keep these. Obviously, they've got a more powerful venom, but they stick to their web. They're quite predictable. As long as you keep them relaxed, calm every time you go in there, I don't really get any panic and I don't really get any threat posing from any of these at all, my OBTs. The other one's slightly more nervous, which I'll show you in a second. But they're really, really good to have, and just the way they act. I find them getting more defensive when they're due in molt and you don't recognise if they're due in molt, and you go to feed them and they will go straight into a defensive posture because they want to be left alone because they're going into a vulnerable state when they molt. So they have to be a little bit more defensive, which is understandable. But there we go, so I've got that one to eat. DCF Mikumi. Absolutely love these. So glad I got these. I did have another one, but it perished. It died after a few weeks, never ate at all. So, and the same with this one. I don't water, no lid or bottle cap or anything in here, just a prey item. Sometimes I may mist, if it's quite warm, I may mist across here on one side of the web, just a slight bit, just so if it can get a drink. But because I consistently feed them, I don't need to give them any direct moisture. But as I say, when they go into a molt, that's when they go off their food items, so it could be weeks to even like a month or plus. So then I will start misting just to give them a little bit of a drink if they do need it. But there we go, that took, and that's an OBT. Good little strike, so I will leave that one to go back in, and let me just prep the other one and see if we can entice that one out. Okay, so here's the second enclosure for the Mikumi OBT, the DCF, and this one's done same amount of webbing, but it normally likes to live. If you can see, this web layer is raised off the cocoa fibre, it runs underneath and around it, whereas the other one likes to sit on top of its web. It's got a small tunnel underneath here, but it likes to sit on top of its web. Look, it's doing a little happy dance at the minute. But this one has done it slightly different. It likes to be fully undercover at all times. I've never really got it to take any items out here. There's one of its holes, another one's down in the side, it's got another one round here and one round that end. But you can see where it's done the webbing away from the edge of the enclosure. So it's got like a run all the way around, but there's no door to come in this side. So it's just literally built its own wall, and it runs around in here, and it's got a central chamber there where you can see more of the white, and that's its previous molt. So I'm going to try and see if I can get it to feed just here. So I know it is just there. There we go, you can see its leg. Let's see if I can drop it in. See what happens, see if we can naturally get this one to come up. I'll be amazed if I can get them both to take on camera. I'll be really happy, because this is slightly larger cricket again for this one. Don't know if this one's ready or not. It's definitely molted over a week and a half ago, so it is ready to eat, but this one is so nervous. Like I say, I hardly ever see this out. It literally takes by the hole, just darts in, and I never see it again. Whereas you can see this one does not care whatsoever. I wish this one was like it, but at least it's still okay. Come on, look. Ooh, have a little bit of movement. This one is very, very shy. Oh, you're going to start walking in there, you'll be in some trouble. Here we go, he's going to turn around. Is it going to go defensive? Nope, that's all it does. Literally pulls it in a way. And that's all I ever see of that one. But at least it's eating, and at least it's took a bigger cricket. All the cricket's fighting back. It will not stand a chance though. Saw the fangs going underneath. I think I can see an eye there. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That is terrifying. What a way to go. Yeah, that is a fang, literally right there, going in its back. Right in the entrance. That is terrifying. I mean, look at the legs on the cricket with the spines. They look razor sharp. There you go. DCF Mikumi has taken. I love these. There we go. We managed to have a look at them. I'll leave that one be, because this one, if I bang the enclosure, drops the cricket, the prey item, and then it doesn't seem to eat them for ages. Sometimes it just ignores them, but because it's already bit into it, the prey item will die, and then it doesn't go back and feed off it, so I have to remove it out. So I'm going to be kind of gentle with this one and leave it and let it eat. So we managed to get a good look at them. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked that one. Don't forget to leave a comment or anything below if there's anything you'd like to see, and I will see you on the next video.